Let's talk some more about the principles of prepare, present, and practice in Kodály-Inspired lesson planning because it is a significant part of the uniqueness of this approach. First, there's prepare. Every lesson should contain material that prepares students for new ideas and symbols. As the basis of our pedagogy is sound before symbol or experience before explanation, we must think ahead to the new musical concepts we want to teach our students in the future and allow them to experience these ideas prior to presenting the labels, symbols, or explanations. So the prepare stage is pre-conscious. In other words, students are not thinking about the label, symbol, or definition, but are simply clapping rhythms or singing pitches joyfully with no understanding or knowledge of the theory or name behind the musical concept. The prepare process gives young students musical experiences, rote learning, and iconic representation of music notation. Take a look at the series of frogs at the bottom of this slide. What musical concept do you think they represent? I'll give you a few seconds. If you said the ta, ti, ti, ta, ta rhythm pattern, or long, short, short, long, long, or quarter, 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 2/8, quarter, quarter, then you're correct. What children see are fun frogs. There are 3 big ones and 2 smaller ones that are holding hands, a hint of 2 barred eighth notes. If you watch a Kodály-inspired teacher teach a lesson and you had to guess what she is preparing, look for activities that are simple musical experiences. The teacher is not using official music labels or terms, and students are not identifying rhythms, pitches, forms, dynamics, tempi, etc. by name. They have been taught the activity by rote, and they are not reading or identifying musical concepts with which they are interacting. Again, every lesson should be preparing students for upcoming new concepts. Even the last second grade lesson of the year can have musical experiences for concepts the students will encounter in the 3rd grade. Next, we have present. After multiple interactions with a musical concept by preparation in earlier lessons, it will be time to present or make conscious, introduce, or identify a musical concept by name and symbol. The process of guided discovery is used. That is, students interact with the musical material, which could be a song, rhythm patterns, or musical examples, and begin by identifying everything they already know. This is where careful selection of the musical material makes a difference. You only want the one new item to be unknown to the students. So when the students get to the new concept in this process, they happen upon a pitch or rhythm they do not know and need your help to identify. You help them discover the new idea. You present the real musical name for it. You will also give them a bit of theory that explains the concept, but keep in mind their age and abilities. Make sure your theory lesson is developmentally appropriate. Now that your students have been introduced to the new element, you can use the official name or label in the future, knowing that your students understand what you're talking about. We also use the real symbols that musicians use. Stick notation can be used for simplicity and efficiency. How might you know that a Kodály-inspired teacher is giving a present lesson? You'll see him walk the students through the discovery process and introduce them to a musical concept for the very first time, giving the students the real musical name or symbol with which they have been interacting. It's like introducing a new friend to your music class. Finally, the last P, practice. Once your students have been presented with the name, theory, or symbol of a musical concept, it's important to allow them many opportunities to practice it. Every lesson will have some practice in it. In a practice lesson, students should both read and write known elements. Reading solfege hand signs or circles on a floor staff counts as reading. Writing symbols in the air or making them with popsicle sticks counts as writing. Reading and writing don't always have to be with pencil and paper. Students should also apply the known elements to new situations, and they should be given opportunities to use the elements they know to create something brand new. Proportionally, you'll probably have 3 or 4 times more practice lessons than present. Often, the elementary music teacher will present a new concept only once a month, while a Kodály-Inspired lesson will always have both preparing and practicing. Presenting only takes place occasionally because students need time to practice and master their new skills and terminology. The result of planning like this is a purposeful and structured way of carefully sequencing and scaffolding lessons for children so they can experience, be introduced to, and then practice musical concepts to become well-rounded and skilled musicians.